Okay, good afternoon and welcome to Table Talk right here on 802 Scoop, 185 North Main Street in Barrie on this rainy, yucky, cold day. I'm cold.
It is cold.
Well, it was hot the last few days, and so it makes it seem like it's cold. And that damn eye doctor that I was just at, not only is it torture what they do to me, it was freezing. The air conditioning was blasting.
Don't you hate that?
Yes, I bet you it wasn't more than 60 degrees in there. And I felt terrible. At least I wore a sweater. There was a couple of older ladies in there with short sleeve shirts and one of them 3/4 length, but she was frozen. You know, she asked if they could shut it down or turn it, at least turn it to 70 degrees so it'd be 70 in there. And they said it's a building thing. There was nothing they could do. And of course, it's an eye doctor. It's not like they can go get you a blanket or anything. So those poor ladies sat in there and froze to death. I felt horrible. I mean, it's bad enough there anyway.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to go there. When you enter the building and you're waiting to get on the elevator, people will step aside to let you in first. That's how not excited they are to go upstairs. And it was pouring down rain there. It rained hard up there in South Burlington, and then almost the entire way back, it poured pretty hard. Did you not get that here this morning?
I didn't notice it. Because I went and got a haircut and I had a front row seat there looking out the window. It didn't pour.
It just was raining.
It rained, yeah.
Yeah. Just one of those days. It's just going to be, well, two of those days, because I think tomorrow's supposed to be a lot similar to today.
That's what I saw.
Because they keep changing their minds of what the weather's going to be.
And like, it's supposed to be a game tonight, a Little League game tonight, and that's a makeup from rain out, which will probably get rained out.
And I saw they had to reschedule the picture day, and so who knows what will happen with that either. So, just can't catch a break.
Yeah. You know what? It'll be all of July and August. It'll be hot. Yeah. That's what it'll be.
We can only hope, right? That's what happens. So I guess let's jump into it and say that next week is the city council meeting, Tuesday, 6:00. And that is the council meeting that they will be discussing the ordinance.
Yes.
And it will be the second reading, which I believe makes it the final reading. Is that correct?
I believe so.
And
yes.
Then they will or will not proceed. I hope that it proceeds because we're seeing more and more and more stuff on a daily basis.
And I looked at, and I know you saw it last night too, the draft. I'm not through the whole thing yet, but from what I've seen so far, I think it's well written, and I think it should get passed. It just, read the police reports in the paper every week, and just look at the dumb shit that's going on.
Yeah, and even just read the post on Facebook, because a lot of it doesn't even get reported to the police.
Right.
They just post them in the chat pages, the city resident chat pages.
Yes.
And so, I mean, just watching that. But last night, Michael and I saw it. after our meeting, we were all staying out back like always, behind the community bank, and everybody kind of left, and we talked about the fact that, things were kind of quiet around there. And then everybody left, and I think you were still there.
And the guy came walking down the railroad tracks?
Right. Well, Michael said he climbed out of one of the train cars.
That's what yeah.
And which that's concerning in itself. I mean, that train car's full of rocks.
Yeah.
And does that mean that he rode it that far? Did he just climb in there to hang out for a bit? Who knows? But that's dangerous in itself, being in the railroad car. And so we watched him for a bit, and then this car pulls in, and they circled around Michael and I, and it was a car that max capacity. I mean, max capacity, it should have been 5 people. There was at least 6, if not 7 people in that car, and 3 people in the front seat, and it was a car that I guarantee you did not have a bench in the front. And they ended up circling around us, checking us out a little bit, went real slow, and then pulled into the parking lot and parked behind the Chinese restaurant where the National Guard stuff is as well. And they pull in there, and one guy got out, and then slowly more and more people got out, and they were dispersing in different directions, but people were coming to the car. It was instant. It was like the store opened. Within just a few minutes of the car sitting there, it was like the store opened.
Yeah.
And people were coming from all of these directions. And Michael's like, what the hell is going on? This is sketchy as hell. And we're sitting, they didn't even care that we were sitting there watching them. Michael's standing outside of my car, and we're watching them do all of this, and they didn't even care.
Now, at one time, there was a drug house right there on Granite Street. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's still there. I don't know if they were affected by the flood last year, but I know there was one there. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're gone, but they still have their customer base down there, so they just come in a vehicle and pedal it.
In this vehicle, I'm serious, it was chock full of people. I couldn't believe how many people were packed in that car. And you could see them all scrunched in there, when they drove by us. And it was just a very odd situation. And yes, the police were called so that they knew what was going on.
Yeah.
And we sat there just a couple more minutes after the police were called, and then we got the hell out of there. But I went from there up Main Street, and I get to City Hall Park, and same thing. It's full of people. You got that big black truck and a couple of other trucks.
That truck's there like all day too.
Yeah, and people standing around and hanging out, and there was a couple of garbage bags on the lawn, and I don't know if those were their belongings or were there things, was that stuff left from the weekend from the Pride event.
I don't think so, because
not
I
really
read
sure.
I read where the people that put on the Pride event picked up their stuff and took it with them. But I've seen that black truck. It's there right now, because I came down that way earlier, and they're there all day.
For some reason, we are live on the wrong channel. So we just